Hello again, folks. Welcome to another edition of Between the Banks. Now, last week, y'all had to leave. I stayed. And I stayed because of this. Because of big speckled trout, just like this one. Get in there. Oh. Well, stay tuned, folks, because it's another Rock'em Sock'em edition of Between the Banks. And more on our four-part series, Fishing Philo Bruce Island. So, take this fish on, and we'll get after it. I'll show you just what I'm doing. Stay tuned. It's another Rock'em Sock'em edition of Between the Banks. Between the Banks is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana.
What does it mean to be a Louisiana company? It means we all work where we live. It means the people we call our customers, we also call our neighbors, our friends, our family. It means we'll be here for the same people who've been here for us. We're the employees of Blue Cross, Louisiana true since 1934.
Up and down the bayou. That's how we tell you to get from one place to the other. It's a little different, but so are we in Louisiana's Cajun Bayou. And once you get here, you'll understand why our Cajun runs a little deeper. Find a piece of our story on swamp tours, fishing boats, at festivals, attractions, and restaurants. Visit lacajunbayou.com to plan your trip today. Louisiana's Cajun Bayou. Rich, natural, unapologetically Cajun. Just south of New Orleans, where Cajun runs deep.
Another nice speck. At least I think it is. Hopefully it's not another big shark. If you've been watching this series on Philo Bruce Island, you've seen us catch sharks, big specks. We even found some bull rats, but just didn't have enough strength to go fight them all. So we came back to the northeast point in search of big specks. And that's what I got here. Another big speck. Or is it a cat? No, it's a catfish. Pulling hard too. Alright, that catfish isn't gonna run me off. I know the fish are here. I'm gonna hang. I got the tide beginning to switch real hard and run out. I know that there are other keeper fish here. So stay tuned. I'll flip him off and I'll give you all the details. Another fish on, acting like a shark. Oh no, it's another nice speck. Nice fish. Oh yeah. Boy, he's spraying water all over the place. Another nice keeper. Hooked right in the roof of the mouth. Oh, idiot. Alright, I'm going to take this fish off. And I'm going to come back and show you how I'm catching it. Strictly Carolina rig, and there's a reason for that. You know, so I'm going to explain who, what, where, when, why, and how. Just next after I pick up this fish. Stay tuned on this speck. At least I think it's a speck. No telling nowadays how to. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, nice speck. Nice trout. I think I got him foul hooked. We're not even netting now, folks. Got him foul hooked in the side plate. They're hitting it as soon as it hits the water here. All right, I'm gonna put this one in the box and we're gonna try and roll straight footage. Stay tuned. So I've got a Carolina rig. Check it out. I've got a black crane swivel tied to 12-pound test trilene Pro Spec, and from the Carolina rig that's attached to the top, that number 7 black crane swivel, I'm coming through this 1/8 ounce weight one time and 2 times, okay, and that way I can slide the weight up or down in case I want to put a cork on. And then if you follow the leader to the end, that's a big goo minnow on a 1/0 kale hook. That last fish kind of tore the lips up a little bit, so I'll rehook him. And then all I'm doing here is, because the heat of the day, midday, it's actually 2 o'clock. So because of the heat of the day, the fish are hanging in a little deeper water. I'm on the sandbar, but I'm casting into 5 to 6 feet of water. There's a hole in between the sandbars. I showed you that last week on the map feature. So just trip the veil, toss it out. Tide's coming this way, so I gotta pick up the slack. Okay, picking up all my slack so I can feel the hit when he bumps it. Okay, the line's made it down to the bottom. I feel the sandbar. I can feel it because I'm using a medium action rod, 7 foot. I can feel all of the bottom, and the current's dragging that 1/8 ounce weight. Line's moving, bait's moving. So I'm just holding it up. Oh, there was one hit. Might have been a smaller fish. Couldn't get the big cocktail in his mouth. But the fish are hitting it now, so it won't be long before another one hits. There's another one hitting right there. I'm gonna tighten up on him. Oh, missed him again. So, why did I miss him? Sandflies. Why did I miss him? Because the bait's been hit so much, doesn't have all that good action. Look at the bite marks and everything on the cockahoo. You can see where he's been skinned. So I'm gonna take that bait off and put a new bait on, and we'll try this again with the camera rolling. Stay tuned. But that's how I'm doing it. That's how I'm doing it. My Daiwa combo spinning reel, because I got a little breeze blowing, and just tossing it out and keeping the slack out of it. And usually every cast you get a hit. Stay tuned. All right, I got a new carcajo on. You can see I'm using big bait here. Fits perfect on that 1/0 kale hook. But the action of the bait, I mean, it's really wild when it hits the water because it's been alive well. So that's when they're really hitting it pretty quick. Once I throw that bait out, it doesn't take long to get the hit. I'm holding my rod at 10 o'clock, keeping the slack out of it, waiting for the hit. Just dragging it right over that underwater sandbar, falls in the hole, and that's usually where the hit is. There he is, he's tugging on it. Couldn't get it in his mouth. Let it go. Pick up my slack, moving that bait. Keep it moving. I'm telling you, if you want to spook the fish, turn the camera on. I always say that, I know. But I'm going to take it to the end of this cast and see. Alright, I'm going to stop it. Just leave it right there and see what happens. I'm right in the hole in between the two sandbars. Water's screaming this way. Of course, wouldn't hit it. But I guarantee you, once I say cut, I'm gonna get a fish on. All right, so I'm gonna say cut. Cut. Feels like another good speck. No telling. Running like a speck. It's got some weight to it. The bottom. Coming around. Oh, check it out. Another big speck. This is some serious fun here, folks. Especially when you're catching them big old yellowmouths. Hitting hooked right in the side plate. Another keeper fish. This northeast point is just awesome because of the sandbars here. You've got several of them that have 3 fingers. One comes due north, breaks a little bit to the west. One comes northeast, and then one comes due east. And if you can cast in between the sandbars, make sure you look at the map feature because I'm going to give you the coordinates where the boat is. I'm not far off of the bank, but I'm casting into the deeper water, 5 feet between that north sandbar and that northeast sandbar. And that's where the big sows are hanging because the water temperature is cooler at the bottom. And that's why I'm catching on a Carolina rig, because it's bringing the bait down, getting to the cool water, catching these nice sows. Stay tuned. Fun is definitely not over yet. One after another. But another key is fishing with live bait, fresh bait. I'm changing. Once I get a hit on that cockle, he's going in the water and I'm putting another one on. I think it's the key to my success. Oh yeah, another nice guy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm boating some fish now. Definitely hammering fish. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the bait well when I pick the fish up. And I'm gonna grab another cockle. Gotta have fresh bait on. It's what's making the fish bite hit the line. Fresh cockle minnow. That's what's great about fishing on new moon. You're guaranteed you're gonna have fish because you got the swinging tides. At high tide in the morning usually, then it breaks. And then you get the afternoon, midday tide. Once it starts rolling, one thing that's great about Philo Bruce is you can fish it on high tide, you can fish it on low tide. So as long as you got tide, you're gonna catch fish. Oh, he really ate it. You're gonna catch fish. That new moon tide. If you go back and look at the additions up between the banks, like on YouTube, the great thing about YouTube is I've got my own YouTube channel. So you go to YouTube, type in Bob, B-O-B, Gourges, G-O-U-R-G-U-E-S. Type that in. The folks at home, pull out your iPhones. Go to your iPhone button Hit it. Now, hit search. Type in Bob Gourges, Bob-Gourges. Hit the picture, and there you go. 90-something episodes of Between the Banks, plus the latest episodes, all right there. I used to have them on Between the Banks. I still have a lot of old shows on Between the Banks, but the quality of the program, if you hook a HDMI cable up to your computer and go and type in YouTube, and you can watch it there in high definition, because we shoot in high definition. So the quality there is a lot greater than on the site. And that's why we're converting to YouTube and moving away from BetweenTheBanks.com. BetweenTheBanks.com is going to become strictly informational, and I'll probably put up whatever show is the latest one. I'll probably put it up there too. So, YouTube, and you can find out just how to fish Philo Bruce Island. Like I say, I haven't gone any further this year because the fish have been here so thick. All you gotta do is know how to catch them. And you know I'll tell you that. So, time to make another cast, get another speck. Stay tuned. Oh, you hit it, chase it. Chase it. Chased it all the way to the boat. Hold on. Chased it all the way to the boat. A little smaller female. Let me check, make sure it's 12 inches. Don't forget, folks, all you trout gotta be at least 12 inches. You can pinch the tail to make it, but just make sure they're 12 inches. That one's right on the line. So if I get them that small, I usually toss them back. So stick with us. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and take a break here. We're gonna go in, check out Marina Minute. All the fine businessmen in Lafourche Parish that make your fishing trip complete. Services from the north end of the parish to the south end. Lafourche Parish is really fisherman friendly, no doubt. Plenty of launches, nice facilities like the one in Leeville, $2 million project, got a fishing pier, you can fish at night, handicapped, accessible. Then you got Boudreaux's Waterfront Motel, tie your boat to the bed, and then Griffin's right across the street where I get my fuel, where I get my ice. Great hamburgers, great restaurants, everything is great in Lafourche Parish. Here's the Marina Minute, and I'm gonna follow it with the map after I get this bug off of my sunglasses. Boudreaux's Waterfront Motel. Dock your boat at the end of the pier right under your room. Set up your grill. Got your own fish cleaning station, your own ramp. And for big groups, enjoy the sunset at the Boudreaux house. Boudreaux's in Leeville.
Griffin's Marina and Ice has bag, block, and blown ice for whatever size boat. Both dockside and roadside ethanol-free fuel, convenience store, breakfast, crispy chicken, all conveniently located in downtown Leeville.
Renovations is your complete marine center for sales, parts, and service. Pathfinder, War Eagle boats, Minn Kota Motor Guide trolling motors, Power Pole and Minn Kota anchoring systems, pumps, trailer parts. Renovations will keep you on the water. Now, if you saw the map feature from last episode, you saw that I was in 1.7 feet of water. I haven't moved the boat. Now I'm in 1.5, and it's because I got a falling tide here. But you can see that I'm right on the sandbar. Fortunately, a Pathfinder can sit in 1.5 feet of water and not bottom out. But look at the hard bottom. You can see I'm on this, where the sandbars meet. And also, check out the water temperature. Boat's heating up now, 81.1, and it's really around 86. Okay, and then you can see I've got 1/10 of a knot current, sometimes 2/10. There you go, 2/10 of a knot. Plenty current going by, so you know there's fish here. Let's go pages. Let's get over the map. Enter. Okay, so you can see exactly where I'm fishing. Here's the boat, and I'm casting into this hole right here. I'm casting into that hole. And you can see the sandbars. I've got this hole and I've got this hole right here, both. So when I'm casting to the north, I'm fishing inside this hole right here. If I'm casting to the south, I'm fishing here. So plenty of great irregular features here at the island. You zoom in a little closer and you can really see this north end, the northeastern point. Here's the land, but you can see how much has been eroded. But these fingers on these sandbars have created these holes here where the water rushes over them and eats out a hole. Same thing here. Water rushes over, eats out a hole. Same thing here. Big wide hole. So this is where I'm casting into, fishing the holes between the sandbars because it's hot. It's the heat of the day. So the fish are going deep. The deeper the water, the cooler the water. And that's why I'm fishing Carolina rig also, because they're biting deep. I'm getting the bait down to the bottom where the specks are hanging out in these holes. So there's the map feature. Another great reason why I love to fish this northeast point. Well, Philo Bruce, a lot of underwater irregular features. Really makes for great fishing. There's the map feature, brought to you by the good folks at Lorenz. There he is, right there chasing it. That's another thing that you gotta do, folks. When you throw that Carolina rig out, you're fishing it like a worm, like I showed you earlier. But when you reel in the line, say the wind starts blowing like it's doing now, it's beginning to white cap, conditions are getting a little rougher, but in those kind of conditions, you lower your rod tip down and crank it slow. And believe it or not, they'll chase the bait and hit it, and you set the hook. And they're practically right on top of the boat when they chase it. But another keeper speck. You get the hook out of him, inhaled it. Get the hook out of him and cast it back out there. I know we're running out of time, but we're running out of time just in time because it's getting rough. Now we're going to turn around and go straight into the wind. Check out what's behind the boat here. You can see, got a big old slick right there to the left of the island, coming into the sandbars, and you can see out there in open water, it's beginning to white cap. So I'm going to hurry up and end this show and get back into safe harbor before it gets too rough. One thing bad about fishing the islands, you got to really monitor the weather. We don't have the rain today, but we've got the wind, and it's beginning to pick up. All right, so I'm going to show you that technique that I was talking about before we have to get out of here. I'm throwing it out. I let it fall in the hole in between the sandbars. Hold my rod tip up, and I'm reeling just so I can keep it tight because I got these waves. And then once I get out of the hole and I get back up on top of the sandbar, I can feel all of them because there's old roots on the sandbar. But once I get on that sandbar, I'm going to start reeling. Lower my rod tip down and just start reeling in slow. And usually the fish will come up and hit it like that one did. Oh, let it go. But that's the technique that I'm using here. I'm tossing it out. Nice long cast. Got the wind at my back. Got the rod tip up. It's falling. It's in the hole now. I'm gonna reel it. Try to keep it in that hole with that 1/8 ounce weight. Once I come out of the hole and I start feeling those roots and all, I'm gonna lower that rod tip and I'm gonna start reeling it. Because usually the fish will come up and hit it. All you gotta do is turn the camera on and I won't reel in a fish. But that's the technique that I'm using here. So, we're running out of time, folks. The bad thing is, like I always say, y'all have to leave. Am I staying? Absolutely not. I got white caps all over Timberlair Bay here in Rackacy. I'm gonna get out of here. But the good thing is, I'm in a Pathfinder. I'm not gonna get wet. And all I gotta do is ease my trim tabs down. And I'll be able to handle these waves with no trouble at all. See, I was reeling at that time in one hit, but then let it go. So, there you have it. Another edition of Between the Banks. I hope you've enjoyed this 4-part series that I've done at Philo Bruce Island during the heat of the summertime. This was all shot on new moon in August. So it's fresh material, as always. And you know, when there he goes, while I was reeling it, he hit it. Oh, and it's a nice one. That's number 25 right there. Fish number 25. So, hope you enjoyed the show. If you want to keep up with the details and just how to do it, YouTube or LCN, all the cable companies, Charter, Cox, they all carry Between the Banks daily. But if you want to watch it on the net in HD, feel free. YouTube, keyword Bob Goose, go to my channel. You'll be able to get all the information and you'll be able to go back and look. I think they've got almost 100 shows up there now. So you'll go back and you can look at the last couple of years worth of episodes and check out the patterns. We'll see you next week with another edition of Between the Banks with cameraman Hayden Goat. In the meantime, good luck fishing.